myself too. So, hello, YouTube. My name is Rafael, and I'm here to start another English immersion here on Talk and Talk. I'm here with Luciano and Lucas to discuss an interesting topic that is mental well-being and emotional balance. So, just a quick presentation about myself. My name is Rafael, as I said. I'm 33 years old. I grew up in São Paulo, Brazil, but I've been living in Europe for the last 5 years, in France, in Netherlands, and right now I live in Vienna, Austria. I'm also a lawyer and a lecturer in university in law, and a PhD candidate, and here on Talk and Talk, I'm a host in French and English. So that's a little presentation about myself. Let's start with our first question. So the first question is, do you believe that society is finally starting to treat mental health with the same importance as physical health? This is a trick question, because we said before that it's something that is becoming more important, but it's already something that we treat that it's so important as the physical health. I don't think so, but I would like to hear your opinion, Luciano.
Well, I believe nowadays people talk more about mental health, but I think we still need to improve a lot about this topic.
I totally agree with you. I think that's the point. Uh, it's already it became more popular. People are more aware about the importance of mental health, but we have to improve. Definitely, we have to improve. It's not the same thing. That we care so much more about physical health, and they both are linked. So I totally agree with you, Luciano. What do you think about it, Lucas?
What's the question?
The question number one, you believe that the mental and physical health receive the same importance in our society?
Uh, I think society is starting to move in that direction, but we are not fully there yet. Mental health is talked about more openly now, which is a huge step forward. Uh, However, stigma still exists, and access to proper care isn't equal for everyone.
That's true. You touch it. You touched a very important point. That it's about access to. That's because it's not just about the that people don't care. It's that our society is not prepared. It's hard to have access to physical health, but it's harder to have access to mental health. It's expensive. It's not something that people really know. And of course, I agree with you too that we have these stereotypes. People still think that it's something just for crazy people. That it's not easy for everyone have this make this decision to search for help when it's a mental health issue. So thank you for your answer, Lucas. Guys, let's move for the question number two. So Luciano, could you read and answer the question number two?
Yeah. In your opinion, what is the best way to handle a right level of stress without feeling overwhelmed?
Hmm. What do
Bo-
you think about this question?
For me, the best way is to rest a body, to rest a mind, and
Mm-hmm.
set limits and live one day at a time.
Very good. Very good. Uh, I think that it's a good approach, and talking about rest, it's another thing too, because rest, I usually before I used to think rest as doing nothing. Now I change it a little bit. I think that it's also do nothing. It's rest, but do different things. It's rest too to me. When you don't have this pressure, when you do things that you like, for example, as Lucas that like to do exports. I think this is a kind of rest in a sense, especially when we are talking about stress. So important topic. What do you think
Okay.
about it, Lucas? And go ahead, Luciano, please.
In my case, I like to take a nap when I stay
Good.
at home. I'll always do it. Take a nap
That's
is
good.
very good for me.
After lunch, a power nap, we call in English. This is the
Yeah,
power nap. When you feel tired, you just take a power nap, and after you can do everything, come back to work and do your duties.
yeah.
That's good. I like it too. Unfortunately, here in my life in Vienna, I can't do it, not anymore. I used to do a lot, but that's it. I really believe in this power nap. The power of a power nap. So thank you, Luciano. What do you think about it, Lucas? This the question number two.
Breaking problems into smaller, manageable pieces helps
Mm,
a lot. Also, stepping away for a moment, breathing, moving your body, or disconnecting briefly can prevent stress from piling up.
yeah, I agree with you. Agree with you. It's a good tips. You know. Don't think by little, you said something like break your tasks in small tasks. It's a good thing. Take away for some time. Breathe deeply. It's important too. I totally agree with you. I think that's it. That's it. Good advice. Good advice. Guys, let's move on to the question number three. So let's start with you, Lucas. How do you practice self-care when you feel that your mind is too noisy? Noisy is usually used for physical thing that it's a lot of noise, but you can feel it inside. Too noisy or crowded with thoughts. What do you usually do for practice this self-care?
I try to slow things down, writing my thoughts, listening to calm
Mm,
music, or doing something repetitive like walking helps organize my mind instead of fighting the noise.
that's good. That's good. Put on the paper, down. Put down on the paper. It's something that I definitely should do, but I don't do it. But I really think that helps. It helps. It's very helpful. Good, good, good. Walking, it's a good advice too. That's good. I like it. Thank you, Lucas, for sharing it. And what about you, Luciano? What do you do?
Mm, I usually stop and breathe a little, and I like to read the Bible and say
Mm,
a prayers prayer. Sometimes I like to listen to a music, watch funny videos. Sometimes this is
good,
good
good,
for me.
good. Yeah, that's good. Good to hear. Oh, there's someone trying to get in here. That's just me accepted. So that's good. Good. I think that's all. Read something. The Bible. It's a good idea. I like it. I like Luciano. Very good, very good. Hello, Marcelo. How are you?
Hello, Rafael. Hello, everybody. I'm doing
Yeah,
well. How are you, man?
yeah, that's good. Welcome aboard. We are talking about mental well-being and emotional balance. Do you have the questions? That's
Oh, I'm sorry, still not. Busy day
no, no,
today.
but I can send to you, and you can,
Great.
uh, give your opinion about mental health. So we are already discussed this question, the three first questions. So let's move on for the question number four. But before to introduce yourself for Marcelo, please.
For sure. So, guys, sorry I'm late. No, I'm Marcelo. I live in North Brazil, Natal. I'm 37. I'm engineer. I'm working for America company as a project manager. Um, my main goals here because I want to be able to speak better when I travel and at work. I usually to say also that that's a great place and safe place to make mistake and is improve our speak skills and the great opportunity to meet new people, create network. So important. Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
it.
I
A little bit
totally
around
agree.
me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you so much, Marcelo. And let's start with you, Marcelo. Uh, the question number four, I will read it and you answer, please. So, if you notice a friend is struggling emotionally, how would you approach them to offer support? How to do it. It's. I have to confess that for me it's not so easy, especially if it's not a close friend. What do you do in this kind of situation?
Well, I put it on the practice active listen, just listen
Mm,
how his current situation, try find something his past, for example, and try to advise him in the better way. But you know, before anything, first try to understand all context behind this kind of situation. Yeah.
but I think that is good. But my point is, if you, because when I first read this question, I have the impression that it was more related, for example, in a case when your friend is not saying to you, is not really sharing this difficulty with you. What do you already had this, kind of experience? And what do you do in this situation? If the person is not really sharing their emotions, because I struggle between choice between uh, just let the person with their privacy, or ask for if everything is okay. How do you do in this situation when the person didn't say it to you that he is struggling, but you notice?
Well, I guess if this kind of person is, for example, a close friend, or if this person work with you, I mean, a mater, co-worker, stuff like that. Uh,
Hmm.
you know, as a nowadays I deal people, and as a lead people, I would say there is some specifically things, or how can I say, or specific things you are be able to notice, like behaviors, if this kind of person, as I mentioned, is close with you, it's a much easier, because you are be able to, um, how can I say, you have some kind of feeling to notice these kind of,
Hmm.
behaviors. That's why, and if this kind of person work with you, but it's not a little bit, how can I say, it's not closer, even though it's possible to figure it out something, change behavior, stuff like that, and by the bullet, and try to fix and advising stuff like that, like a mentor.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, it's. I think that is the you have the same impression that I have it, but honestly, I don't put in practice when it's not a close friend. You know, I have to have this intimacy, have this connection to take the liberty to say something. Because the point is when you ask someone, "Oh, how are you?" It's so protocol. You know, it's a kind of a protocol. The person will just say, "Oh, I'm good." So, but when it's a close friend, we can ask, how are you? I noticed that maybe you're not so good or stuff like that. I noticed that something changed. So, are you facing some problem? You can ask in a different way that shows that you notice something. But it's a tricky question, and I really like it, this question. Let's hear the others. Luciano, what do you think about it?
Well, in my case, if I notice it, I send a message for him. I tell
Mm,
him that if I if I need to talk or anything else, he can count on me.
that's important. That's very important to know to say that if you need something, that's another important phrase to say. If you need something, you can count on me. That's good. Thank you, Luciano. Eh, what do you think about it, Lucas? There's this question number 4. What do you do?
I would approach them gently without pressure and let
Mm,
them know I'm available. And sometimes just listening without trying to fix everything is the most powerful support.
good, good, good. Yeah, it's the same thing that Marcelo said in the first moment. This listening. It's sometimes we don't have a answer. Really, the only thing that the person needs is to say what it is happening. It helps a lot. Say what you are feeling, guys. Now it's as usual our question related to social media, and we are talking about mental health. So, question number 5: do you think that toxic positivity on social medias, also on social media, makes people hide their real feelings? So, this idea of be toxic with this positivity that is not true. It's something that it's pressuring people to hide their real feelings. What do you think about it, Marcel?
I think the people should know yourself, know yourself and uh, put it on the practice like a defensive way your values, you know, uh, because we can be, for example, we may be a propaganda victims. That's why I think we need to spend time with adding something for even our personal life and professional life. We all know that the social media nowadays, attacking the people around the world, a lot of information, even fake information. That's why I think the most important to try uh, know yourself, believe in your values, and try to select what kind of content you wanna consume. It's so important. And try to don't be a victim from social media, because for me, from my perspective, I would say social media has just 20% to something interesting to adding for your own, and 80% of trash, to be honest.
I understand everything. And what do you consider as a toxic positivity? What is toxic positivity for you?
For example, we are facing a terrible economic situation in our country. We are closing the elections. In the next coming month, we're gonna be our elections, and the most people, let's say, are concerned about what kind of dress code Virginia will wear. No, man,
I understand what you're saying.
you know what
I
I mean?
understand what you're saying.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is a toxic positive. What's this kind of, why I need to know what kind of dress code Virginia will wear in the carnival party? It's bullshit.
No, I agree that nowadays we have a lot of pieces of information that doesn't matter. It should not be a topic, especially a trend topic. And unfortunately, it happens a lot in social media. That's a lot of things that doesn't matter, but people are wasting their lives, with this thing, with this bullshit, as you said. So totally agree with you, Marcelo. What do you think, Luciano, about this discussion number 5?
I think so because nowadays in social media, everything is perfect,
That's
and
true.
this makes people think that they are the only ones with problems.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think that you touched a very key point, that it's because I think that it's natural in the human beings to compare with others, and but the problem is the way that you do it, and how much do you do it? Nowadays with social media, people are doing it a lot, and they compare themselves with fake lives. That's the point. The toxic positivity. It's something that someone just say, no, the life is good, everything is perfect, my life is perfect. So you start to think that, oh, I the problem is me, as you said, and you just try to copy and do the same, and you're not being real in this situation. So I totally agree with you, Luciano. Yeah, go
Every
ahead.
everybody wake up at 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 5 a.m. Take a cool
Yeah,
shower. This is terrible.
a perfect life. It's the as you say in Portuguese, that that it's this life that we always see in the advertising, in propagandas, margarina. Have a perfect life, a perfect family, a perfect job, so everything it's good, and it's you that is not enjoying this wonderful life. Uh, yeah, that's true, Luciano. Uh, what, what do you think about it, Lucas?
The question number 5.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. When people feel forced to always appear happy, they may feel guilty for being sad or tired. This can make emotional struggles feel invalid or invisível, como fala?
Yeah,
Invisible,
invisible.
invisible.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, and that's I really like it to understand that you feel guilty.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So it's even worse. When if you feel if you pretend to be very well and everything is good. And so it's really, really a difficult situation what you're facing with social medias in general. Guys, let's move on for the next question. So now I think that's interesting. I have my opinion, but I want to hear from you. So let's start with you again, Marcelo. So for you, is it better to talk about your problems with a professional or a very close friend?
Uh, for me, it depends if, you know, uh, my issues was about professional, I would prefer talking about with a friend, but a professional friend. You know what I mean? Like my coworker, my teammate or stuff like that. But if, you know, we comes a personal life, but I'm be able to discuss with a close friend, you know, obviously I will prefer to share with him. But it's depending on kind of situation.
No, no, I totally agree with you. If your problem is related to, no, mechanic thing, you have to talk about with a mechanic. If it's, I totally agree with you. But here, I think it is missing something because if in this question, because if you talk, maybe it would be more related to mental problems. Something that about your mental health, no mental problems. I think it's not the correct expression. But if you're facing mental issues, something that you're, for example, got depressed or have problems that everyone has, everyone have in their lives. I think that specifically talking about this problem, I think that they both, I do therapy once a week, and it helps me a lot, having this time for myself to discuss with a professional. Not discuss, it's more for, say about my life and realize about what is happening in my life not right now. But I do the same with my close friends, discussing about what is happening, and not just about problems, about sharing good things too. So I think that they both are important, but as you said, I think that the best answer is it depends. What kind of problem we are talking about, and like that we can decide to share with one another or with both. Good answer, Marcelo. I totally agree. What about you, Luciano? What do you think about this? Do you prefer share?
Rafael,
Oh, go ahead, Marcelo. Go ahead. Go
sorry,
ahead.
just a small Eddie. You know, okay, for you, maybe both, but let me ask you something. For example, you, let's say, for instance, you nowadays you have a mental health problem, right?
Okay.
And you have both one to choose to share this kind of, problem. You have a close friend and you have a professional friend. This kind of guy that, spend a lot of time day by day with you, but just in office, for example, or even in some video conference by team, stuff like that. But he's not your closest friend. Again, he is your professional friend. But let's say one of them is your boss, for example. Maybe, of course, you may share with him, maybe not. Why? What I mean by that? We live in the world that judging judging each other every single day. It's not in Brazil, around the world. We are a labor, every single day because my skin color, my weather, my country, my language, my food, my culture, stuff like that. For you, it's remaining the same answers. You choosing, would choosing both.
Understand what you're saying. And for example, taking this exactly example that you gave me, I think that when we talk about my mental problems, helps, for example, in this case, I would just say, I would say to a professional that is not a friend or something related. I would say I would seek for help and for help for a professional, really, no, psychologist, people that really understand about it. So it will not be the case to talk with my boss. But of course, if it's something related to the work, I should, put it on the balance. If I should do it, if it's affecting my productivity, if I'm saying, if I'm seeing that that will bring problems to me at work, I would say it to my someone. But it's difficult. But especially talk about mental issues. I think it's not the case you bring to your no to your professional environment if it's not need, if it's not related, if and especially if they can't or can do something about it, not to help you. Because sometimes your boss will say, "What I can do for you?" It's not
Yeah.
just say. And so but I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to pay attention because the people
mhm.
can judge you, and you can lose opportunities because of that.
Yeah, that's because every this kind of judging that we're living nowadays.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Guess what? Reading again the question, you know, professional or with a very close friend. But I think the question could be better if they're psychology professional or psychoanalysis professional.
Yeah. No,
It's a much
no,
much
no.
more
Your
clear.
perception was amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing. My point was more, if you talk about what kind of problem. So I think that it's the most important thing to answer this question. Some problems I would seek for professional help, and some problems I would just ask a friend or the both. I think that it's
Yeah,
important.
it's sounds a little bit little bit ambiguous for me.
No, no, no. I totally agree with you. Luciano, how do you feel about this question? What do you prefer?
Well, I think the same Marcel says, this depends situation. In my case, I prefer to talk to a close friend, but sometimes the person maybe need to take a medicine.
Yeah,
In
that's
this
true.
in this case, it's better looking for a professional.
That's true. It's a good example. No, some. I really believe that's the point. We're talking about this prejudice that we still have in our society against the mental, disease, and sometimes it's another disease. It's the same thing when you have a physical problem. So you have to take medicine, as you said. So it's so hard. Totally agree with you, Luciano. Lucas, what do you think about the question number five?
Number 5.
Yes.
Ah, eu pensei que era 6.
No, no problem. No, no,
Uh,
no. Yeah, I know. It's
6.
number six.
Oh,
No, my bad.
okay.
Sorry.
Um, Both have value. A close friend offers emotional comfort and it trust, while a professional brings neutrality and tools. Uh, Ideally, having both creates a strong support system.
Yeah, I agree with you. So the both are valuable. I totally agree, and you need the both. Uh, Important point. Uh, Guys, now let's start with you, Luciano. You talk to me that you like, I don't know, take a nap sometimes, and I'm totally relate on that. So let's ask to you, how does getting a good night's sleep affect your emotional stability, the following day? When you have a good night's sleep, uh, it's important to you, for your mental health, to feel better,
Yeah,
or for you just for 4 hours sleep, it's okay.
sleep sleep well is very important. When we sleep well, the whole body rests, which also help you with emotion, emotion, emotion.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree with you. Yeah, sometimes it's just, oh, if you're so stressed, without patience for anyone. So sometimes can be two things, in my opinion. The first thing that you have to cover, or you have to sleep better, or you're hungry too. That there are two things that affect the emotional state of people usually. And sleep well, it's important for our physical and mental health. That's true. What do you think about Marcelo? Do you usually sleep very well?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's needed. I'd say sleep well is one of the most important biological, you know, uh, biological behaviors, in your body. Because uh, when you have a good night, a good sleep night, your brain releasing dopamine, you know, and it make you feel wake up the next day, more relaxed, focus on, and the same times, how can I say, quiet to start the day. That's what I think so most important. But that is one of the things also you need to be careful because, for example, wake up earlier and and go to the bed later. It's crazy. It's not combining with no one shouldn't be this kind of but we know the same is I mean sometimes it's necessary, but if you may avoid, please do it. Try to go to the bed. I mean, uh, like you are be able to even rest in 8 hour minimums has it's so important. I think when our brain releases dopamine, it's our fuel for our body. You know, rest the day. But over the full day, it's happening something. The your brain will releasing cortisol. It's crazy. It's stressful. It's gonna be bad. But try to control your feelings, your sensations, your routine. Try to be disciplined, and it's your body will appreciate you for that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. The both are related, this if you can maintain a good routine, you will feel better, you have more emotional stability, and a better uh, physical health. So everything is related, and getting a good night's sleep, it's so important. But it's not possible always. That's the problem. And honestly, with I'm getting older, and I can feel that it's not the same as used to be. For me, getting a good night's sleep, it's harder now that it was in the past. So I have to pay more attention, about it. Understand what I'm eating or drinking before. Go to the bed, uh, to understand, don't use maybe cell phones, smartphones, or computers before. Try to read something. Prepare this moment. I think that is the key. But it's easy to say and hard to put in practice. For in my case, I can say it. What do you think about Luciano? For you, it's easy, and how do you see this relationship between getting, have a good night's sleep and emotional stability?
Question number 8. Is that all?
Number 7.
Hum, Rapaz, essa aqui eu não vou saber te falar nada. Porque
No, no problem, no problem. But in Portuguese, para você, quanto que é importante você ter uma boa noite de sono e quanto isso afeta a sua estabilidade emocional no dia seguinte, por exemplo. Um dia que você não tem uma boa noite de sono, como que você fica? E um dia que você tem uma boa noite de sono?
Quando eu durmo mal, eu perco a concentração,
Uhum.
a cabeça dói, a cabeça dói,
Nossa, isso é verdade também.
perco o foco. Essas são as três principais coisas que acontecem comigo quando eu tenho uma noite mal, uma má noite de sono.
E você fica irritado ou você não acha que isso não te afeta tanto?
Não, isso não tanto, é mais o físico mesmo.
Entendi.
Cabeça doendo, mas em,
Ah,
em questão de ficar assim, nervoso, eu não fico, não.
interessante, interessante. No, that's good. That's good. So you can maintain your emotional stability and you feel more, physical issues than emotional. That's good. That's good. It's a you have a strong, emotional balance. That's good. Uh, Lucas, what about you? The question number 7.
Um, Good sleep makes emotions easier to manage. Um, when I'm rested, I react more calmly, think more
Hmm.
clearly, and feel more balanced overall. Overall.
That's good. Yeah, I think that for everyone here, we share this idea that it's hard to think, to do things, and maybe some people, and I can say it that I'm related to. I feel that not. It's not that I'm irritated, but I can lose easier the patient. I'm not so patient when I don't sleep well, when I didn't get a good night's sleep. So it's important to understand yourselves, and that's good. Guys, I think that as usual, I don't know if you have time for another question. I will prefer just to stop here, like that we can discuss a little bit how it was for you being here, and if you did you like the topic,